Thinking of investing in property near the gorgeous Lake Travis? Lake Travis is a hot vacation spot, and tourists from around the world come to visit and live. Whether you're dreaming of passive income from afar or planning your long-term wealth strategy while living in the area, today's video is your ultimate guide to buying investment property in the Lake Travis area. From cozy Airbnbs to duplexes, condos, and even raw land, I'm going to give you all the information you need to invest in Lake Travis real estate. If you're new here, welcome to Living in Lake Travis, your go-to channel for everything you need to know about relocating, real estate, and thriving in this beautiful part of Texas. I'm Ellen Steele, your Lake Travis neighborhood expert, and each week we dive into insider tips, local tours, and must-know info to help you make your real estate move with confidence. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out. Let's start by looking at the main types of investment properties you'll come across here. Duplexes, short-term rentals like Airbnb or VRBO, condos and townhomes, single-family resale homes, new construction homes, raw land, the buy and hold strategy, land to build and then rent or sell, and commercial properties. Each has its own unique pros and cons, so let's dig in. First up are the duplexes. There are some areas around Lake Travis where neighborhoods are filled with duplexes, and other areas with a random duplex here and there. In Lakeway in the 80s, several neighborhood blocks of duplexes were built. This is a very popular area for renters who want to live in the Lake Travis School District but can't afford the higher rent prices of a single-family home. I've sold many of these duplexes over the years, rented many of them, and have been inside of about 80% of them as they come up for sale or lease. As units are updated over the years, rents climb steadily, and right now rent prices are ranging from $14.25 to $18.50. To buy one of these duplexes can cost as low as $500,000 to as high as $543,000. I have this awesome fully leased duplex for sale right now. It's been partially updated and has 2 great tenants in place. Lago Vista also has some areas with duplexes. Sale prices range from $219,000 up to $750,000, and rent prices range from $1345 to $2300. Triplexes and fourplexes are few and far between out in our area. They're much more common in Austin near the college campus. The pros of a duplex: you have multiple streams of rental income from one property, easier financing than commercial since they're still considered to be residential for mortgage purposes. You can live in one unit and rent the others. If this is your primary residence, you can use a VA or FHA loan. The cons: it does have a higher upfront cost, maintenance for multiple tenants, and there's a vacancy risk if one or more units are empty. Short-term rentals are a popular investment option around the lake. The city of Austin has fairly strict regulations surrounding short-term rentals, and most cities like Lakeway and even Valente also have regulations within their city limits, but there are some workarounds for our area. If you want to run a short-term rental, your best bet is to find a property in the ETJ. That means it's not within any city limits and will be mostly unregulated. Hudson Bend, Apache Shores, Valente, and Lago Vista are very common areas for short-term rentals. When I have a client looking for a short-term rental, we spend a lot of time looking at the map on the Airbnb or VRBO websites to see where the most short-term rentals are already located, and we focus on those areas. Properties with special features like a lake view, pool, or hot tub will rent more often and for a higher price than homes without those amenities. There's a huge customer service piece to this investment. It can be a lot for someone to self-manage a vacation rental while working another job or managing other responsibilities. There are local or national management companies who can help manage vacation rentals for a percentage of the profits if you want to be hands-off with your vacation rental. Condos or townhomes make great investment properties because you don't have to worry about lawn maintenance or many exterior maintenance items. There are many condo complexes all over the Lake Travis area, some of which allow both long-term and short-term rentals. Amenities like a pool or park are often a big pull of these communities. There are some considerations when it comes to down payment and whether or not a condo is warrantable for a mortgage. And I always lean on my trusted lenders for this information when I have a buyer looking at condos using a mortgage. The lowest priced condo in the Lake Travis area right now is in Lago Vista and is for sale at $170,000. This condo has a $380 HOA fee per month, which includes water, exterior maintenance, and a community pool. Condos can be found in almost all price ranges here, with the most expensive condo in our area located in Spicewood in the neighborhood called the Reserve at Lake Travis, which has some amazing amenities like a marina, pool, lazy river, restaurant, and stunning Lake Travis views, and allows short-term rentals. Single-family homes are super common for long-term rental investment properties. Many of the owners of these homes are accidental landlords, meaning they didn't set out to rent their home, but it made financial sense when they needed to move. This can mean that the profit margins are super slim, and one HVAC replacement or water leak can eliminate your profits for an entire year. In some cases, it doesn't actually make better financial sense to rent out a home instead of selling, especially if you didn't buy the home with the express purpose of using it for a rental. If you need to move and you're weighing the options of renting out your home versus selling, I would love to sit down and go through the numbers with you to see what makes the most sense. Most long-term renters look for single-family homes, and if you can find a low-maintenance tenant and a low-maintenance home, you can set yourself up for a long-term investment success. There is a customer service piece involved still. Performing regular home maintenance items and responding quickly to repair requests will keep tenants happy and minimize tenant turnover. A happy tenant is someone who will stay for many years and reduces your make-ready costs with each tenant change. Homes in great school districts, homes near major employers, and homes that are clean and have been updated will attract quality tenants and lease quickly. If you want all the benefits of a single-family home without the immediate need for maintenance or updates, a new construction home may be your best bet for an investment property. Some communities don't sell to investors, so we'll need to do our research prior to visiting new construction homes for sale. Builders lenders often have incentives like flex cash, interest rates buy-downs, or appliance packages to help with the purchase if you're planning to use a mortgage. My investor clients love new construction homes to use as long-term rental properties. Tenants love moving into a brand new home. Typically, with new construction homes, they are still building in the neighborhood, so often the tenants are the buyers for another home being built in the neighborhood, which means they have good income and credit and an incentive to be a good neighbor, since that will be their permanent neighborhood and not just a temporary rental stop. Building a home can take a year or more, so typically the leases end up being 12 to 18 months, with some flexibility needed at the end for construction timelines. If you have some time for your investment to build, buying raw land is a great bet. You don't need to do anything other than pay the yearly property taxes. Things to consider when looking for land to buy and hold are the location. Is it close to interesting things or employment? Buildability, a flat spot for a foundation is always a bonus for a future home site, and HOA rules. If the land is in a neighborhood with an HOA, they may have rules about when a house needs to be built, the size of the house to be built, and other restrictions. This will have pros and cons for your future buyer, and it is something to factor into your decision. About 7 years ago, my husband and I bought a small piece of land on the side of a hill in Lago Vista. We got a great deal on it and we were able to pay cash. About 2 years ago, we were building our forever home and we needed an infusion of money in the process. I looked online and noticed that someone had recently bought the lot next door to our land for about 10 times what we had paid for our land. I reached out to that person's realtor and we had a contract on ours by the end of the week. Not all land investments go that smoothly with as big of a return, but I can help you pinpoint land that's expected to increase in value. If you've got some money up front to put into your investment, buying a piece of land to build a spec home is a great investment opportunity. In this scenario, you buy land, or maybe you already own the land, and you build a house that you think would appeal to the greatest pool of home buyers. You need to keep the finishes fairly neutral for that large-scale appeal, and the price point should be around the median for the neighborhood. You'll need a building team you can trust and a great vision, but this big project can have amazing rewards. I'm going to highly recommend that you work with a home designer for a project like this, because poor design choices will have big financial consequences. When no one wants to buy the house with the finishes only its mother could love, a designer will help make sure that your choices will help you sell this house, since your personal tastes could hinder the sale. This situation is easiest if you can pay cash, because with a mortgage, you'll be working with a construction loan and bank timelines, and the bank can demand price reductions if the house doesn't sell quickly after completion, eating into your profits. I literally always have my ear out for homes that are cheap and need work. I'm first in line at estate sales, and I'm very nosy at garage sales. If you don't want to start from scratch on your investment, you can try a renovation. I still recommend that you work with a designer, and I can help make recommendations about which updates will help bring you the most return. Schedule a Zoom call with me if you'd like to be on my list of people to call when I find a great option for a flip. So I'm not a commercial agent, and I refer out my commercial transactions to a trusted colleague, but for some investors, commercial real estate is the way to go. The Lake Travis area has many opportunities for commercial development, and residents are always excited for a new store or restaurant. Whether it's developing land, commercial sales, or commercial leases, there are many opportunities in our community. When you own investment property, keep in mind there's no homestead exemption on taxes. This means that property taxes can increase each year with no cap. But the silver lining, you can deduct expenses like mortgage interest, repairs, property management fees, and depreciation. Talk to a CPA to get the full picture. You can even deduct your CPA fees. I don't make any financial decisions without consulting with my accountant, and for my investor clients, this is the first step I recommend. Wondering how to figure out if a property is worth it? I love using the Bigger Pockets calculators to punch in numbers like purchase price, operating expenses, expected rents, and more. You'll want to know metrics like cash-on-cash return, cap rate, gross rent multiplier. This gives you a clear picture of your expected return on investments. I have a pro account with Bigger Pockets, and I'm happy to run the numbers on any potential investment property you find. Whether you're a first-time investor or you've done this before, having the right team matters. A good agent, a trusted lender, title company team, insurance agent on call for questions, and even a solid property manager can make all the difference between a stressful experience and a smooth one. I've worked with tons of investors in this area, and I can connect you with the right people to help set you up for success. Also keep in mind that real estate is a long game. Whether your plan is to flip, rent, or hold for appreciation, it's all about making smart, informed decisions. The Lake Travis market has a ton of potential, and I'd love to help you make the most of it. I hope this gives you a solid starting point if you are eyeing an investment in Lake Travis. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and check out my other videos, like my tour of the top Lake Travis neighborhoods or my deep dive into the home buying process in Texas. Drop your questions in the comments. I love hearing what you're planning, and I'm here to help. I live here, I work here, and I want to help you find your investment property here. I'm Ellen Steele with Steele Portfolio Real Estate. Lake Travis is waiting for you.